Hey, why do people in the Americas, and when I say the Americas, I'm talking about this side of the globe, North America, South America, Central America, the islands and shit. Why do people in America take our history lessons from the white man, the European? The European didn't even know this land existed before Columbus traveled. They thought the world was flat and that you would fall off the planet if you went too far on a boat. They didn't even know this land existed. So this land that we call the United States, before it was called the United States, before Mexico was called Mexico, before these countries was land, these countries was here for hundreds, thousands of years before the Europeans even knew this shit existed. The white people don't know the history of this land, man. Nobody knows, honestly. You just don't know. So why are people quick to believe everything a white person say, but you won't believe what the black man tell you? Like white people tell you, oh, it wasn't nobody here. It was just some red native people. You know what I'm saying? Then they came and then they brought black people here. Dog. But if a black person tell you it was already black people here, like Africans traveled. If you believe some parts of history, all the continents were together at one time. So of course people traveled. It was already black people here, man. It was already melanated people here. Everybody that's melanated didn't come here off a fucking slave ship. You know what I'm saying? So that's just like with Palestine. Israel was land that was taken from the Palestinians. They said, oh, this is empty land, don't nobody live here, so we just gonna give this land to the people who call the people in Europe who call themselves Jews and shit. But you know, it was people here, and that land was owned by where the Palestinians thought that was their land before it was taken over. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Learn your history, man. It's a big difference between, for one, man, the shit with ICE is not an attack against Mexicans, bruh. Like, people, stop being stupid, man. Can people stop being dumb? It's not an attack against Mexicans, man. It's an attack against illegal immigration, bruh. All they saying is they want people to be documented. If you come over here, they want you to come over here legally, the right way, the same way you would have to do in any other country on this planet. You know what I'm saying? So no, the Mexican fight is not the black American fight. The black people that think that's their fight, that's because they can relate to immigrants because they are immigrants, or their parents are immigrants, or their grandparents are immigrants. But for foundational black Americans like me, I don't have immigrants in my family, dog. My great-grandmother was born in Richmond, Virginia. My great-great-grandmother was born in Richmond. Dog, we are from here. You know what I'm saying? You would have to probably go hundreds and hundreds and maybe thousands of years to find the blood of the ancestors, the blood that's in my body, that's from somebody that's not from this country. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're from here. I am a black American man. If I was in Africa, would y'all say I'm African? Stop calling black Americans African, man. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy how, you know, Africans would be like, oh man, you're Nigerian, you're West African. That's what they say to black Americans. But then when I look at myself, like, I just don't see it. I see the black features. I see the full lips. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a pointy nose. You know, I got kinky black hair, but my skin light. That's because I'm mixed with the Europeans who was the slave masters. I'm mixed with the indigenous red natives. And I'm mixed with the, blacks, whether they was brought over here or they was already over here. That's what make us black American. Nobody else in the world is black except for black Americans. You know what I'm saying? You may be Pan-African or you could be some type of universal African, but black is an American term meant for us. You know what I'm saying? It ain't meant for everybody that's melanated, man. We are not the same. A black American didn't come from Africa, dog. In fact, y'all like to say we don't know our history, but we know our history more than y'all because we live in a country where all our stuff is documented. To all you foreigners who say we don't know our history, where was your grandparents born? Where was your great-grandparents born? If you are an immigrant in our country and you had kids, do your kids know the rest of their family if the family is still in another country? Do they know the rest of their family? Come on, dog. We know our shit more than anybody else. And that's just what it is because all our shit is documented. Y'all stuff wasn't documented, bruh. You can have a foreigner who never seen most of their family because their family came to America and left everybody else in another country. You can have a foreigner who don't know their grandparents, but will act like they know what their family was doing 1,000 years ago. You don't know what your family was doing 60 years ago, but you know what your family was doing and all their history and where they was from 1,000 years ago. That's bullshit. Over the majority of people, I'm gonna say 90-something% of people don't know shit about their history past 100 or 200 years, man. You just don't. Americans, we know our shit 40 years, 50 years, 100 years, 200. Some know it even 300 years. Y'all don't. But y'all act like y'all know y'all history thousands of years ago. Bruh, listen, man. If you're from a country today, right, as much as y'all travel, like say you're from Africa, bruh. Say you're from Nigeria, which Nigeria became a country, I think, in the 1900s or the 1800s. It wasn't even called Nigeria. A white woman named that country. So take a person that's in Nigeria that's so happy to be Nigerian, so happy to be from a country that's named by a white woman, and say, yeah, my people been here 1,000 years. Bruh, do you really think that you ain't never moved nowhere? You been right there in the same spot. Your mother ain't never moved. She been right there in the same spot. Your grandparents ain't never moved. Your great-grandparents. Thousands of years, your people's never moved and they just stayed right there in that same area. But you come to 2025 and y'all like hot potato. Y'all can't sit in no one area for more than a year or two. You know what I'm saying? Make that shit make sense, man. Y'all don't know, man. Y'all be faking. The facts of the matter is Americans are more in touch with their history because we don't flee. We stay here with all our documents. We stay here with all our family. We don't go nowhere. Y'all ain't in touch with y'all history and y'all ancestors because y'all go from land to land. Y'all don't know. Y'all just going off of word of mouth and faking. Yeah, my family 1,000 years, man. You don't know what the fuck was going on 1,000 years ago. Stop faking. You don't know what was going on 70 years ago, but you know everything from 1,000 years. Like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Black Americans are not African. The only reason, y'all say we Africans because we use that term African American, which was a misnomer. It should have never been used. And using that term gave real Africans a way to tether on to what the fuck we do. So instead of black Americans getting props for everything we do, the props is given to Africans, to some magical, mystical, we don't know African that we supposed to be connected to somehow, that we don't know shit about. But don't worry about my mother that was born here. Don't worry about my grandparents that was born and died here. Don't worry about my great-grands that lived and died here. Don't worry about none of my family that shed their blood on this land. I'm supposed to have some attachment to a land that I don't have that I'm not attached to. And like once again, look at me, dog. I don't know how foreigners look at me, but in America, I'm a black man, Slim. Look how light I am. And this ain't no type of brag. I ain't with none of that shit. I got black ass people in my family, light skinned people in my family, brown skinned people in my family. That's just part of being black American, bruh. You know, if I was in Africa, would y'all say I'm an African, bruh? Like, let's be real with this shit. But all right, y'all.